Good idea, Butch.
Pardon?
Said that's a good idea.
Yeah. I can't remember if I took a picture of it.
We'll put his private cell phone number on there.
If we did that, I bet we'd get better turnout at an election.
Yeah.
More people would run.
Yeah, the more people we piss off, the more.
Well, I wonder how they do that. Because I know other towns, they do goofy stuff like that too. They have a mosquito spraying surcharge on their bill. They just charge $1 for mosquito spraying. I was like, well, how'd you do that? Can't really do much like that unless you're a home rule. But yeah. Hey, this month will be another good one.
We'll say it was recommended by the city manager.
Where's he at?
At you?
No, city manager is a specific form of government.
Oh,
You know, it's,
where we need to go to.
I think you need an election to,
You can retire.
no. The city manager, I think. I haven't done Vermillion and all that. I mean, he just runs the show. You know. Well, I'm like wondering where our usuals are at for the meeting.
All right.
Oh, Eric. We ready?
Yeah, got about 30 seconds, but I don't think anybody else is gonna come. So call a meeting to order. If you wanna do a roll call, I got it here by my phone.
Okay. Shooty, Harsted,
Here.
Fire,
Here.
Osby.
Here. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm gonna take my hand off. Okay, well, thanks, Lord, for keeping us all safe and getting us through the end of 2025, and appreciate if you give us a little rain, snow for the summer. Getting awful dry. In your name, amen. Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Roll call.
Shooty.
Aye.
Harsted.
Aye.
Fire.
Aye.
Declaration of conflict interest.
I'm going to abstain from 9B. It's my name on the application.
Oh,
Okay.
that makes sense. I don't think there's anything else. So a motion to approve meeting minutes from January 26th and January 30th.
Move to approve. Second.
Roll call.
Shooty.
Aye.
Harsted.
Aye.
Fire.
Aye.
Approval of the financials and claims.
Move to approve. Second.
Roll call.
Shooty.
Aye.
Harsted.
Aye.
Fire.
Aye.
Approval of the consent calendar.
Move to approve. Second.
Roll call.
Shooty.
Aye.
Harsted.
Aye.
Fire.
Aye.
So we don't have to do the abatement stuff either, right? It's all part of the,
Yeah, all part of the consent calendar. I mean, it's what we, on the abatement, it's what we usually do once a year, so it's just, can disclose. So Nothing, yeah.
Okay. Open comments. Okay, nobody here for that. Well, at this time, we'll open up a public hearing. And this is for the amendment to zoning regulations in first reading of ordinance number 374, an ordinance of the city of Crooks, South Dakota, amending the 2023 revised Crooks zoning regulations by amending chapter 5 R2. And I guess that's all we need to say there, first reading.
Any comments for or against it? Any? Do we have any? Nope.
No.
No comments.
Let's just adopt the
This first reading is like the setbacks we have in R1. This is for all the other districts to do that too, so we don't have that where they have to choose a side yard and then they have to.
Okay, now, B is a special event, this is still under the public meeting, right?
No, that's another public hearing.
Yeah, okay. Special event liquor license applicant, the Crooks Fire Department for March 21st. I believe it's right here at the community center, and it's your first fundraiser for the 2026 calendar year.
pianos again?
No, we are not. That's something that
And I disapprove.
Okay.
you need to bring more friends to it.
Okay, do we have a vote on that?
Okay.
Second?
Roll call?
Shooty,
Alright.
Buyer,
Aye.
Arson is abstaining. So, Shooty, aye, motion carried.
Okay, we'll take the, close the public hearing. Back to the regular meeting. And now, we meet as a Board of Adjustment right now.
We need a motion to recess as city council and convene as board of adjustment.
So moved.
And that is at 6:07. Okay, we do a roll call vote there. Harstead, Shooty,
Alright.
Buyer,
Aye.
Osby.
Me?
Yep. Yeah, also
I'm
for.
here, or
Okay.
yes?
Go on, so. All right, quorum present. So we have all eye on the motion, roll call, and then all eye on the.
Okay, well, I think we talked about it at the last meeting, but they are setting up a second ready mix plant at Buffalo Ridge. They're so busy, and now there's two types of concrete that are being used. Jake could probably answer that better than me, but they have what they have now is a batch plant where it's dumped in the truck and the truck mixes it. But the new plant's gonna be a central mix where that plant mixes all and it can dump it in a dump truck or anything else. And some of these paving projects, whether it's Sioux Falls Streets or Foundation Park or wherever, airport's another example. It's if you don't have a central mix plant, you can't bid or provide the concrete. So, their height is 45 foot tall at the top of the peak of the enclosure of the plant. I'm not sure what the old plant, how tall it is, but must be
55 feet, something.
must be close to that. But that's when it was in the county, so. So any, discussion? Open to anybody in here, discussion wise? Otherwise,
Did I read correctly? It's gonna be 80 feet tall?
80?
No.
The max with light industrial is 45.
Correct.
They're seeking conditional use to go to 80.
Okay, that's,
That's a long ways up there.
Yeah.
How close is Howard here? Just a rough top of your head? Yeah, my car here is 140. What, 35? I'd be like, I watch.
I know if they get a sign permit for Quick Star, which would be on that corner, the state's approved it, but I think that's gonna be 125 feet tall. Billboard or sign. Any other discussion?
Concerns about it, right?
Nothing's going to public.
You doesn't approve it, come on.
Yeah, I need a motion to approve this conditional use as Board of Adjustment.
So moved.
Second,
Roll call.
Shooty,
All right.
Arstead,
Aye.
Fire, you're
Aye.
abstaining, right? As member?
Aye.
I do.
Okay, now, we'll reconvene as the city council and entertain a motion for the Board of Adjustment to adjourn and reconvene the city council. So
to adjourn Board of Adjustments. Need to restart the city meeting.
roll call.
Shooty,
Aye.
Arstead,
Aye.
Fire.
Aye.
Okay, we're on to reports. And, city engineer is up first.
Yeah, no actionable items this month, so keep it short and sweet here. Since our meeting last month, so we talked through the tech stuff, and shared that information with SMGA for their inclusion in their revitalization efforts, so that conversation went well. We'll continue to keep involved as that stuff progresses there. Phase 2 project, of course, working diligently on the design there. We're kind of at a point now where we're engaging stakeholders, so utility companies. We have a meeting with BNSF here later this week. So a lot of that coordination matters now that our design is 50-60% done. Working on that, waiting for the funds here at the end of March, and then be on the way there. So. Yeah, that's kind of the brief update. And I also just wanted to share, interest in transparency, the EWPB group has had a bit of a falling out, if you will, with their engineer record over there. So they've reached out to us to have them plat the remaining parcels out there, with B&G had our involvement on the city side there. So had a conversation with Tobias about it, but Ryan Wood in our office is going to be more involved with that. He's involved in the commercial stuff too, but just didn't want to have any questions about any of that. So.
What I had asked you earlier to keep track over here because of the retention pond and what the old engineer was gonna do. And, I don't know what they're doing over there right now. They got a pile of dirt there, but, it'd be nice if they would, if it's gonna be there, it needs to be moved back to the north a little bit. That we've already had trouble with stuff running down that slope into the field. And, so I don't know if their plan is to get it moved. I talked to the guy last fall when they're piling there. I said, oh, you went a little too far. Oh, we're gonna move that after first of the year. Well, I haven't,
February now.
yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, in any case, our involvement in that is gonna be a little more than it already was, but, we were aware of everything that's going on, considering our relationship with the city, that, felt that that made sense as opposed to trying to get a third-party person in there who's got no knowledge and try to help get these things fucked up here, so.
Well, it's, the layout, everything's been done. You're just gonna be platting,
Yeah.
lots as they're sold,
Flat
basically.
lots and making sure everything's enforced, no really different than, we do today. On the enforcement side, it's just, we'll be preparing the plans and stuff.
So, when it comes to DWBP, will Ryan show up to talk,
Yeah, so like.
to represent them, so it's
Yeah,
not,
no, exactly. So when DWPP is preliminary plans or something of that nature, Ryan would be here. That's all I had. Like I said, just a transparency thing.
I would, let council know too, that this Friday morning, Jake and I, or were you gonna talk about? Jake and I and, Tyler from SMGA are meeting with Senator Round's office in Sioux Falls. But I'm going after a grant for a water line that would go out to the interstate. And the meeting I had with Senator Rounds in November, there was a small group of us mayors there, but he turned his head and specifically looked at us and said, if you have a valid project, I will go to bat for you on a congressional spending, whatever, they don't call it they got a different name for it, but he's on the appropriations committee. So I'm gonna take him up on his word and see if we can get that done.
Yeah, meet with their, been around Sioux Falls case, be here. Yeah, I'm starting that. So, be good. Go ahead.
Utility,
Not much going on. The major item would be the water tower, the old one that they looked at that. As you know, we've ordered a circulation pump. There's some issues there potentially with some small riser repairs that have to be made. That is currently being investigated. K&W Coatings, will come out and do that. PFA is moving along, so they're requesting some more documents. The meter replacement program, the letter's being drafted, the exhibit's being prepared, so those will most likely go out at the end of February, early March, and then, yeah, that was, it for utilities, this month.
I had a nice, visit with Tobias last week, just about our new hire, Todd, who worked in January. He's on vacation the month of February, so he'll start the 1st of March with the city. Anyway, it seems like he's, picking up those loose ends that didn't get picked up from the previous hire. And, he's also big on safety, which is a big deal to me. And he's been conducting, safety meetings, in January while I was here. I guess that's, what I'd have about that. Economic development.
I don't have much to add. I did not go to the SMGA meeting in January. Butch was a braver soul than I that day and made it down to T, but you got anything to add from? the meeting?
Well, it was a nice, visit, and the biggest thing that came out of it, was the 250-year celebration. And so Lennox had just put the first flag up in the state for that. I brought a brochure home, gave it to Tobias. I don't know what's the flag, $100? I can't, it wasn't. Anyway, I think we can hang one on the same pole under the American flag, but, everybody's gonna follow through with that. And then, the only other thing, the lady was there from, Sanford Underground Mine and, told us all the good things they were doing. So, it was an interesting meeting, and, it seems like every meeting, whether it's Mike or I go to in the last 4 or 5 months, is economic development, and kind of got a bad name with a lot of people that don't know how some of that stuff works. But about all I got.
Yeah, so being our delegate to SMGA, I get a default membership to the State Economic Development Association. They have weekly Teams calls to talk about legislation on Pier and stuff. If you're not paying attention to what's going on out in Pier, there's some really, really bad legislation going. Anything having to do with economic development seems to be blacklisted right now. Whether it be the data centers or the Dakota First Scholarship Program. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that's under attack. And it seems to be coming from a very small minority of people, but they're very loud. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, they're in the middle of session out there right now. But in the next 3 to 4 weeks, there's a lot of stuff that's gonna come they're just monitoring the legislation that affects economic development. There's obviously a lot of other things out there. I think there's, what is there, Toby, six pieces of legislation specifically on elections? Something like that?
I was gonna read through the recap today. I kind of lost
Yeah.
track of it, but
It's
it's a
nuts.
bunch. Yeah,
There's a bill to create our own form of currency in South Dakota, backed by gold and Bitcoin. I mean, there's some wacko stuff in Pier. It's crazy, but it does make for a good read if you're ever bored and need a good laugh. So.
Streets, I don't have anything. We put our name in, DGR did, was Sioux Falls, so we'll be on the bid letting for slurry seal.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I just thought of that when I heard streets. I don't recall exactly what day in February that opening is, 21st, perhaps. Second half of February, so it's pulled up in both bids, so, first meeting in March, we should have all that vetted and know what that looks like.
Planning and zoning, I went to the last meeting, I don't know, Jeff's gonna work on that, point system plan for landscaping, but he seems bound and determined that he can oversee it and that it work. And I didn't, talk any more to him than we were just wondering, as the council was brought up, who's gonna oversee and watch all that. So that'll probably be coming back to us, but I think Jeff will come to the city council meeting to explain it. Is the way that's gonna happen. Government buildings and IT infrastructure.
Just the Banyan payment drills were implemented. Are they in that place yet?
no, we're working on it. They need a certain file format. We did get the new copier installed last week, but otherwise, not much happening.
Parks,
Not much to report. We need some cold weather to keep the ice rink going. When it's been available. It's been used a lot. We got another request in from the semi-pro football team that used Sunset for games last year. They want to have a game here the Saturday of Community Days. So there's some concern from the flag football guys about, they seemed to be pretty good with the field last year, but just some questions as far as a use agreement or a fee system to use it or anything. So Mr. Butch Mayor asked us to take it to the Parks Board, which we will do at the next meeting, and talk it through and see what everybody wants to do.
Okay, finance.
Oh, this end of year stuff, annual report slowly being prepared. We submitted the Crooks Housing Redevelopment Commission's annual report to the state. Otherwise, it's just unexciting stuff. Maybe that's the fairest way of describing it.
Code enforcement.
Bucks,
Pardon?
we'll start Crooks Bucks,
Back by,
back by Bitcoin. Silver maybe.
nothing in code enforcement or animal control. Suffice to say, we only have one complaint that I need to follow up on, but that's really it.
Okay, well, I know we got the guys, volunteers on the ice rink acknowledged, but I'll tell you what, the guys spent more time out there getting that ice smooth and moving the snow off it. I mean, they've worked their butts off out there. And then it gets warm, but whenever, like Mike said, whenever it's been cold enough, there's kids out there skating. And the next one is the welcome sign. And this is, we haven't had a sign up on the south end of town since, it should be in your packet if you don't. This is a picture. Anyway, it's my goal is to completely 100% fundraise it, not take it out of the city budget. So we've gotten 5,000 from Excel. Going to all the other utilities companies, be going to businesses in town, but this is a digital sign, so whatever, Crooks would always be at the top, but if you pay money towards the sign, it would scroll across the bottom. Haven't been determined how often or how many times an hour or whatever, but the plan is that where you see XL or Alliance, that would scroll across the bottom all the time, and then we can put what we want, and it'd be right on the water tower corner, the southwest corner. Did we put electrical line down that way? Okay.
I mean, it wouldn't be tough to get it there. It's, it'd be on the north side and it wouldn't take much to do it.
Okay. Well, yeah, my goal is to sometime, end of the summer, like August, September, to have this sign, the way this one looks, is 32,000. And this one Cott put out here 7 years ago was 30,000, I think, over 28 or 30. So this is much bigger. I mean, I also get volunteers on the cement work and just try to get everything covered like the Veterans Park has done, and not be a cost to the city. So I'm gonna see if I can knock on some doors and talk to some businesses and see what we can get done. I think on the old sign, that was redwood. I believe both churches were listed on there. They were just, it was just wooden, but I think they had, I'll have to find out, but I think they had maybe given some amount of money to get their name up there, but,
I think West Nedros made it.
pardon?
I think the church made the sign.
Okay. Okay, well, that's all I got on that. Old business. Be the second reading of ordinance, number 372, an ordinance of the city of Crook, South Dakota.
Isn't that the one you want to table and reconsider, so Jeff can talk about it
Oh,
in
this,
March?
is this the, yeah,
So, we need a motion for that.
so I need a motion to
Motion
table.
to table.
Second.
And reconsider at the next meeting. in March.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Shooty,
We reject it now.
the motion's on the table to reconsider in March, so you can vote no on that motion, and then see if that passes.
Just say aye and we'll just do it next month.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jeff will be here.
I'm not in favor of it. If Jeff can explain it better and yeah, but
Well,
we'll bring it next month when he's here.
yeah. it's-
Jeff was convinced, he can explain like how this will be done, then I'm gonna take it.
So, yeah, it's not on the books yet, so, it's not like it's there and,
So,
okay.
Should we do a vote? Shooty on it. What was your vote then? Aye, right?
Yeah, we'll do it next month.
Yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
New business. First reading of ordinance 375. An ordinance of the city of Crooks, South Dakota, amending the municipal code of the city of Crooks by amending Title 10 Municipal Utilities, Chapter 10.01 Public Utilities Generally, Section 10.0103 Connection Fees - Use of Revenue. And that's a first reading. First reading of ordinance 376. An ordinance of the city of Crooks, South Dakota, amending the municipal code of the city of Crooks by amending Title 10 Municipal Utilities, Chapter 10.05 Municipal Natural Gas Utility System. Resolution 2026-11, a resolution of the City Council of Crooks, South Dakota, establishing fees for the connection to the municipal water and sewer system. And this we need to vote on.
Move to approve.
So, yeah.
Question,
Yeah,
where are the basis for these fees?
they're essentially the 5% increase for the fees that were adopted, but just putting it in resolution form, because otherwise it's preventing anyone saying, well, show me this, so just getting it in place.
Very good.
So we got a motion and a second. Roll call.
Shooty,
Aye.
Arstead,
Aye.
Meyer.
Aye.
Okay, resolution 2026-12, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Crooks, South Dakota, to authorize and establish a depreciation reserve within the natural gas fund.
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call.
Shooty,
Aye.
Arstead,
Aye.
Meyer.
Aye.
Resolution number 2026-13, a resolution of the City Council of Crooks, South Dakota, adopting a natural gas base charge for connection points of the Crooks Municipal Natural Gas system.
This thing gets two things done. It puts all of our fees into one resolution, a recent one, instead of one from 2017 and one from 2022. It also changes the name of the customer service fee to base charge, so they all align on the bill. So it's, now it's a cleanup item, but also consolidating it into one.
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call.
Shooty,
Aye.
Armstead,
Aye.
Fire.
Aye.
Okay, now we have need a motion to declare surplus property. And, what do we got? Dell computers and Dynamo label.
And the 4 old payloader tires, which I know the brand. I just put 4 payloader tires on there.
That's the last one, and those are they're worth some money.
Yeah.
They're probably,
So they're going to auction or wherever, however you guys want to sell it, but
they're probably, gonna sell for $500 to $700 a piece, would be my guess.
and because they do, you guys get to a surplus appraisal board.
So we need a motion.
Motion to declare surplus property.
Second.
Roll call.
Shooty, Marston,
Aye.
Fire.
Aye.
Now, who wants to serve on the surplus appraisal?
Oh,
board?
Tom, he's always here whenever we need that done, it seems like.
What are the requirements?
Essentially, it's gonna be the same form that I sent. You click on DocuSign, put whatever value in there, and then I'm gonna reach out to Purple Wave and just sell it via auction.
Perfect.
So,
I'll do it.
okay, so what's the motion? Who's gonna be on the board? Who wants
Who
to?
are we gonna have?
Just 3 real property owners of the city of Crooks, and then you cannot have a vested interest as,
Unless you want Tom, go ahead.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
okay.
Yeah,
Motion.
Okay,
there you go. There's a motion, second by Alan.
okay.
Go.
Shooty,
Aye.
Arston.
Aye.
Fire.
Aye.
And, nothing else, we're gonna, see what the bids are, Tom, probably what, March, April on the street project?
Getting closer to April, May by the time
Okay,
funding and bonds close and that. Yeah.
so it'll probably be a late summer start, and then it'd go in the next year. We're gonna try and really watch what gets opened and gets put back together before it frees up. So,
Yeah, we just talked about that this morning with our design team, there being extra specific on phasing this and that for control access.
Mike,
Move to adjourn.
Second.
roll call.
Shooty.
Aye.
Armstead.
Aye.
Fire.
Aye.